And Jane, the Knights are on track for the double today, with the women leading the Broncos 12-4 at halftime.
Oh, good news. Thank you, Jack. Stay with us. We'll check all your Hunter weather details with Lauren Kempe right after the break.
A help company would respond to the rise in extreme weather events by creating Help Nation, a nationwide initiative to help get communities prepared for them. So, that's what we're doing. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
NBN News Rewind, proudly brought to you by McDonald Jones, building homes in our community for over 37 years.
Now to our weekly Rewind series. Tonight, the history of the ISC, the sports ground we know now as McDonald Jones Stadium. The International Sports Centre was commissioned in 1967 to be built at Broadmeadow on the former site of the Newcastle Aerodrome, and on occasions the Sporting Car Club Gymkhana course. An official plaque was unveiled and the development was underway. The new grandstand was a striking landmark. Queen Elizabeth officially opened the ground in 1970.
I congratulate you and your fellow trustees on completing the Newcastle International Sports Centre.
The original field was oval to cater to a variety of sports, including rugby league, soccer and athletics. But in 1988, the Knights joined the ARL and the playing surface was converted to a rectangle. New grandstands meant bigger crowds and opportunity for international acts, including two Knights of the musical kind, Sir Elton John and Sir Paul McCartney.
I'm getting a feeling that we're going to have a really good time in this place.
Transform your home into a haven with cool, pure, clean air, creating a world of perfect comfort. Take your home to the next level with the Air Specialists.
Taking a look at the weather, it really has been an incredible run of sunshine to kickstart spring. Not without a few windy days, but cloudless skies have more than made up for it across northern New South Wales. It was a different story today, though, with grey overhead, and we do have at least some rain on the way this week. Moderate falls recorded throughout western Tassie in the last 24 hours, only light showers along southern coastlines and far north Queensland, but the drying trend continues elsewhere. On the satellite, you can see a northwest cloud band just beginning to build up here over central Australia, the start of many more expected this season. This trough will likely push some rain towards us before weakening as high pressure dominates, with a broad system currently centred here over the Bight. A series of cold fronts will keep clipping the country's southeast here, along with troughs and strong winds, but these lows are really struggling to push north right now, so we can expect a somewhat stable weather pattern in the next few days, with the exception of the odd onshore shower or two and even a little bit of storm activity. Well, off the back of the country's warmest August on record, that pool of unusually warm inland air isn't going anywhere yet, with mid to even high 30s the top in Darwin and Broome tomorrow. Partly cloudy in Brisbane with a top of 29, 25 the top in Sydney, and the temperature swing persists in the southeast with milder conditions ahead of the next chill. A stream of light rain passed through many parts of the Hunter early this afternoon, helping cool temperatures compared to what we've felt over the last week, getting up to 18 in Singleton, 22 in Maitland and 21 at Nobbies. We'll see that solid norwesterly influence continue tomorrow, with winds picking up slightly along the coast. A few clouds overhead from east to west tomorrow, but rain more likely later in the week in line with a strong southerly. Still a decent amount of sunshine popping up along the coast, with typical seasonal temperatures topping out at 25 degrees in Newcastle, 23 at Raymond Terrace. A classic spring day on the way, heading out to the valley as well, topping out at 22 in Cessnock, 23 in Maitland and 22 in Scone. Fairly favourable coastal conditions tomorrow, 1.5 metre seas with a 1 metre swell. An early low tide at 5:15 in the morning, the high just before midday, before the low returns at 6:20. Sun to rise at 5:59, setting at 5:42. A small but sunny stretch to start the new week in Newcastle, but conditions are set to change there on Thursday. Strong southerly winds forecast along the coast, along with rain before we dip dip back into winter weather next weekend with a top of 18. Heating up to 22 degrees in Scone on Monday, but heating up even further on Wednesday, 27 the top there. Showers on Thursday, cooling a few degrees in the days to follow before a very chilly snap this time next Sunday. And mostly fine conditions in Gosford through to at least midweek. Mid-20s the top, then the cool change will see clouds move back in along with the rain. And checking out the surf across our local beaches today, it was fairly cloudy overhead, but it didn't stop surfers catching on breaks at Barooby Beach and right along our coastline. We should see slightly sunnier conditions tomorrow if you can brave those very chilly water temps at the moment. It is struggling to heat up for us locally, but this should change in the coming weeks. So, Jane, cooler temperatures later this week.
Okay, thank you, Lauren. And that is the NBN news for this Sunday night. The block is up next, followed by 60 Minutes. Enjoy your evening from all the team here. Good night.